Hey there, all my tarot junkies. Thank you for tuning in to my channel today. My name is Mizzweets, and on this video, we're going to be talking about 3 things for the month of March that are going to be common for Leos. The topics that we're going to be talking about are fear, cycles, and organization. If you're interested in that, then you just keep on watching. Hi all my Leos. Now this is going to be everything that we're going to discuss for the month of March, okay? We have 3 keywords that we are going to be talking about. Our first keyword that we want to discuss is the keyword fear, and this depicts an image of Kali. Kali's words of wisdom are, "It is time to overcome your fears. You are protected as you clear the negative within your shadow side. Do not be afraid of transition. Express your fears safely." All right, the next thing that we're going to be talking about is the keyword being cycles. And cycles depicts a picture of Helios. And Helios' words of wisdom are, "Know that personal matters, positive or negative, may be playing out in your life right now. Plug into the cycles of nature for renewal and vitality." All right, so our last thing that we're going to be talking about is the keyword being organization. All right, and that's depicted by an image of the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor's words of wisdom are, "Streamlining, recording, and decluttering will clear a way for flow and natural, effortless action." All right, those are some great things to talk about for the month of March for you, Leo. So let's go ahead and get into our video. Okay, Leo, so this is going to be the month of March. And this is going to be dealing with the keyword fear with a depiction of Kali. We have so far the Page of Coins. We've got 9 of Cups, 4 of Cups. We've got 5 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and 7 of Wands. So this is representing the beginning of March, the middle of March, and towards the end of March. All right, let's start with the beginning of March with the Page of Coins. So we have Page of Coins here. We have our Page of Coins, and as you can see, he's looking at basically his possessions. He's kind of like closely observing how he can, or he's contemplating how he can fulfill his financial duties, or how can he expand his horizons on his either his job or his performance in some sort of way. I also get that the sense that with this 9 of Cups being here, as if he's trying to look for an easier way to make his money or to make his life a lot more, like more enjoyable. He's looking for more emotional comfort. So during the beginning of the month, you may feel like you have this fear, or like the fact that your fulfillment may run out. So therefore you're gazing into like a crystal ball, trying to figure out, how can I make my financial situation better? How can I gain my prosperities and make life continue to be easier? It's like you're feeling like you're on a ticking time bomb, and at any point it may explode, which pretty much talks about our keyword being fear here with the depiction of Kali. So it's like you're trying to figure out ways that you can, make a better living, or make easier money, or just create a more inviting atmosphere for yourself. And there's really nothing wrong with that, but I do have a sense that at some point you're feeling like you're going to run out of time, or that something is going to be a detriment to your career, or possibly to the lifestyle that you're living. So that's what I see, is basically you're going to be trying to look for more opportunities based on the fact that you feel that your comfort may run out soon. So moving on towards the middle of the month, we've got our 4 of Cups here, and then we've also got our 5 of Wands. So basically the 4 of Cups is telling me that you've lost a lot of interest in trying to fight the big fights. I feel like you're kind of uninterested and fighting, it doesn't seem to solve anything, and you feel like you want to avoid the conflict at any point. I see this ship here, and it feels like you want to sail away in this ship. You're sick of fighting. You don't want, there's no point in the chaos. And I get a sense that you're ready to leave the drama behind. There may be people who might come up to you and may try to challenge you during the middle of the month, but you have to choose your fights. You have to choose your battles wisely. Just make sure that you watch what it is you say to people, how you react to people, and pay attention if people react to you in a way that you don't want them to react to you. You have to kind of watch yourself, because this is going to be a time where we're still, you're still trying to learn how to accept the battles that you're supposed to be accepting. So the Four of Cups lets you know that you're not supposed to accept every single battle that comes your way with this Five of Wands. All right, sometimes you have to take the higher road. Sometimes you got to sail away. Sometimes you got to take the sea out. You got to take the ship to get out of there and sail away. All right, so towards the end of the month, we have here the Seven of Cups, and then we've got our Seven of Wands too. So basically, I see with the Seven of Cups, you got a lot of things that you want. Like, you got a lot of fantasies out there. You've been having big dreams about stuff. Just make sure that you're not over dreaming or oversleeping on your dreams. All right, so basically what I'm saying is maybe you need to try, it's time to wake up and make your dreams a reality. All right, I get the sense that some of you have these fantasies about doing things, but you feel like you're threatened by some way. You have a fear about you with the depiction of Kali here. You have a fear about it. But you see this Seven of Wands, he's like standing guard. But if you look closely, what is he standing guard for? There's no one holding those sticks. He's standing guard as if he's ready to fight something. There's really no battle to fight. All you got to do is just wake up and make your dreams a reality. You do, if you do come across people who say things to you that don't support your dreams or don't support what it is you want to embark on, then it's that this Seven of Wands is telling you that it's time for you to defend your stance. You don't need permission to start your own business. You don't need permission to work the way you want to work. No one's giving you permission, and there's no one stopping you. So basically, this is saying take a stance, stop living in fear and go for your dreams, If you see him, he's like mesmerized by what's in front of him. He's mesmerized by it. So these are probably going to be some of the emotions that you're going to be feeling towards the end of March, Leo. So if you like this, we have more for you. So let's go move on to our next card. Okay, Leo, so now we're going to be talking about the month of March, and our keyword that we're going to be talking about is cycles, okay? We are running on a treadmill here. There's things that are reoccurring in our life that are probably things that we don't need, things that we need to close the door to, all right? And we have the depiction of Helios here. So the cards that we have before us for the month of March are going to be the Death card for the beginning of the month, and we also have the Nine of Wands. For the middle of the month, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Nine of Swords. For the end of the month, we have the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So beginning with the beginning of the month, we have the Death card, and it has the Nine of Wands. This Death card tells me that for some of you, you're going to be reaching the end of a phase very soon. This phase is going to be something dealing with either a person, a relationship, maybe even a job. It's something that needs to be closed out, the end of a cycle, which is basically our keyword right here. This is the end of a cycle. So some of you may be reluctant to embrace this new phase that will come in. But this Death card says it's pretty much time to close the door and trust that another one will be opened. All right. So for some of you may say, okay, well, I'll close the door, but I want to take this with me. No. You're going to need to have a minimalistic approach on this. So any baggage you have, you're going to have to leave it in the old, or else you'll end up bringing those old into the new. Okay. When I say close the door, I mean it's really time to close the door. And this Death card is kind of like a wake up call, a reality call. This horse is going to trample in and be like, look, we're taking an end. Okay. Also, with this Nine of Wands, I can see that although you've been through a lot of challenges in the past, these challenges will continue to resurface And the only way out is basically to accept the fact that not everyone is going to be in your corner. So during the beginning of the month, you're going to sense that you're going to let people in. You see how he has his wall built, but there's a lady that's reaching out to him, but is she really what he needs? Or is he about to run into another battle? So that's what you have to ask yourself. Basically, the fact that not everyone is going to be in your corner, and um, basically you're going to need to close some chapters, this chapter of your life, in order to prevent this cycle from reoccurring. Because if not, you're just going to be on a treadmill. You need to remind yourself that there are going to be people coming into your life, especially during the beginning of the month of March, that are not going to be in your corner. They're going to, you may find yourself being judged by others because of the way you view things. You may find yourself being judged by others, period, for anything. And those are the people you don't need to have in your corner, okay? So expect that. Expect people who have a lot to say, but not a lot to show for themselves. They have a lot to say about your life and not a lot to show for themselves. All right, so during the middle of the month, we've got the Six of Wands and we've got the Nine of Swords here, okay? So basically, this Six of Wands and the Nine of Swords together lets me know that you hold a sense of accomplishment, but you know what? At what cost? Because we have the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords is all about, not being able to sleep at night. You have anxiety. You're not happy with how things are going along. You feel like there's something blocking you. The Six of Wands is like, yeah, you're doing good. Yeah, you have cheerleaders behind you. But are they cheering you on for the right things? All right, so basically, I feel like some of you may be trying to please the outside world. Also, some of you may be taking advice from people who aren't really in your best interest, and that kind of reiterates our Nine of Wands here. All right, so another thing that I see is that because you have anxiety over things that you're doing that are really not in your best interest, you always have this fear or this outlook about what's going to happen tomorrow, okay? I also get the sense for a small select few of you that some of you may be looking for love and you're afraid that you won't find it. Okay, it's like pushing you down a downward spiral. And I sense that with this Nine of Wands card. It's like he's inviting in a potential mate or a potential partner. But I feel like he's letting in the wrong people. It's like some of you may be looking for love in the wrong places, or just for a select small few of you who actually are looking for love. Like, I feel like some of you have this anxiety, like if you don't find the right person, it's like you're never going to find them. And so you find yourself going down this spiral, downhill spiral, like down a drain or something. Your emotions do. They go down a drain, basically. All right, so basically, towards the end of the month, the things that I see for you. Oh, that's right. I also wanted to continue talking about this Nine of Swords because I did see something else. Basically, this card tells you to kind of ask yourself, what's the energy of the relationship that I want? What's the energy of the relationship if I'm in a relationship now, what's the energy that it gives me? Does it give me that sense of the Six of Wands where I'm being cheered on, where I feel like, yeah, I've got a lot of things accomplished. I have a lot of people in my corner that really appreciate me. I have someone in my corner that really appreciates the love that I have to offer. Or are you in a relationship that gives you a lot of grief, gives you a lot of headache? And that could be anyone. That could be family members. That could be, siblings, family members, lovers, jobs, anything that deals with the cycle, that keeps you in this cycle. All right, so towards the end of the month, I see with the beginning of the month, it's like we're starting to face our realities with this death card. Death card tells us to face your realities. This is something that needs to be taken care of, like meaning you need to put a close to it. Well, I can see at the end of the month, by the end of March, it looks like this cycle is going to be closed, and swiftly. We have the Eight of Wands here. All right, so Eight of Wands, regardless of the choice that you will make, this choice will be made for you. All right. People, relationships, jobs, a swift change is going to result in an ending of this cycle. So what I'm hearing in my head is the phrase cleanup time. It's cleanup time. All right. I also see with this Ten of Swords that some of you may experience a loss or betrayal or like deceit. Maybe you might have a cheating partner, or you might hear about some rumors. Someone you thought was on your side, or that you trusted, is going to be, their wrongdoings are going to be brought to the light, and bridges are going to be burned. Ties are going to be cut. So the good thing about this card is that when you look at this card closely, you can see that on this side of the card, this is vice versa tarot, by the way. So on this side of the card, it looks like his ending came swiftly, and it was a painful ending because, man, he was stabbed, like stabbed in the back, you know. But he's not really dead. He survived it. You see, he's actually out of the armor. They only pierced the armor. You know, the words, or the hurt was only skin deep. It didn't pierce him to his soul, so he's still alive. He survived it. So that's like saying that basically you're going to survive it as well. So this may be a dark period for you. This may end abruptly, but something that's no longer serving you, this is going to make room for something new. And that's always what the Death card and the Ten of Swords is always saying, that something, and goes perfect with our keyword being cycles. The Death card is time for transformation, time for something new. All right, leaving behind the old, clearing out, making way for what is purposeful in life for you. And then the Ten of Swords tells you that it's going to be a painful ending, but there's always going to be something beautiful that comes from it. So it's basically like good news. The pain is going to be short-lived. Better opportunities are going to arise from this Ten of Swords and the Death card. Basically, all you need to do is just rip off the Band-Aid, all right? Once you start that process, I think things are going to be clean from your life. It's like cleaning out the house. So expect new beginnings and bad things to start ending during the month of March for Leo. All right, let's move to our next card. Okay, Leo, so now we are at the keyword being organization, with the Jade Emperor as our depiction image. Okay, so the cards that we have laid out before us for the beginning of March are going to be the Ace of Coins. We have Page of Cups, the Tower, Two of Wands, the Strength card reversed, as this was also the Page of Cups reversed as well. And this is the Five of Swords. All right, so what's going on in the beginning of the month, Leo, for March? Or what's going on? Okay, so we have the Ace of Coins, and then we also have the Page of Cups being reversed. So the Ace of Coins is basically an indication of a new routine that's going to be emerging for you, for some of you. Okay, so I can sense there's probably going to be a person who's of inexperience, or maybe they're of youth, or they're just younger than you. But this means that your work hours or your school hours will be a little bit more flexible, because that goes in with our keyword being organization. Okay, you're going to get news that your work schedule is going to be a little bit more flexible. You may even be offered an easier job or position at work, or possibly even a whole nother job altogether in general. All right, so for some of you, this could also be the opportunity to learn a new skill. You may be teaching the new skill to a person who's younger than you or inexperienced, or maybe even you may be learning a skill and you may be the inexperienced individual, but you're learning the skill. But this is the sign that you will have organization, and the time will be made for you to have the time to learn what it is you want to learn, or teach whatever it is you want to teach. So it could be for teachers, it could be for people going to school. I feel like you're going to get the time to learn a lot of things. All right, so next is we're going to be moving on to the middle of the month. What's happening for the middle of the month? We've got the Tower card here. And we've got the Two of Wands. So basically, I see plans being made. Plans for what, you say? I guess plans to clean out the clutter, literally. That's what our Tower card is here for. The keyword being organization. We have the Tower card and the planning card, okay? So I see garage sales, getting rid of worn out things, basically just making your house a home again. Renovations, rebuilding, just pretty much using your hands, interior decoration, interior and exterior. I see with this lightning strike that could create, like, that could be the indication for new ideas or the sudden energy to up and clean up the house. Okay. Um, with those garage sales, I sense that some of you may be gaining a lot of things. With the garage sales, you might use the money that you purchased. I mean, the money that you made with the garage sale, selling old, worn out things or things that just aren't any use of you for you, but use for someone else. You could be purchasing new things. I also see the keyword spring cleaning. I can hear the word gardening, plants. Basically, you and another person are going to be getting together to clean out all the clutter. You see, this tower card is the interior is gutted out. There's a bunch of junk in front of it. I think you guys are going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff, and this really goes really good with our keyword being organization. Oh, for some of you, I want to talk about this lightning strike. This lightning strike is preferably on the roof of a tower. So for some of you, please beware of roofing incidents. Beware of roofing incidents while renovating or rebuilding. All right. Or if you have a roof that needs to be done or needs to be looked after, don't neglect it. Okay. Pay attention to your roof of your houses. That's the keyword being organization. And of course, our Two of Wands is basically a collaboration with plans or getting ready to, like, you see what it is you want. He's holding the ball of potential in his right hand. Okay. So basically, he sees the potential, or maybe Leo, you see the potential in what you want your home to be. So you're turning your house into a home again. So basically, a lot of y'all are going to be doing a bunch of spring cleaning during the middle of the month, which makes sense because it is March and spring is here. All right, so what's going on towards the end of March? What's going on towards the end of March? So we have the Devil card, and then we have the Five of Swords here. All right, so not the Devil card, I'm sorry. We have the Strength card, excuse me, the Strength card and the Five of Swords. All right, so I feel like for some of you, you may find yourself under what seems to be the submission of an authoritative figure. Being submissive might make you cringe, Leo, but remember to organize your passions and your thoughts, because the actions, the words you use can get you into trouble, and you don't want to dig yourself a grave. So you may think that this is like a picture of someone submitting to someone else who yields all the power, which he has all the swords in his hand. So the swords to me represent authority and power. But in reality, I see it as not cowardliness or a sign of personal weakness, but I feel like you're just choosing your battles correctly. You're not letting your frustrations and anger get the best of you. So this is like a sign of self-control, basically. All right. In a situation, when you find yourself being put in front of a situation where you feel like you need to tame yourself, as the lady here is taming her lion in the face of something that's possibly threatening her, I feel like this situation is going to be a no-win situation if you decide to strike back, okay? Or if you decide to stand up. Sometimes you just need to let bygones be bygones. Just walk away, all right? And that's what our Five of Swords is talking about right here. You may, what is that saying? It's like you might win the battle, but you lose the war or something like that. Well, you know what I'm trying to say about this card. So choose your battles wisely. That's what I see for the rest of the month of March. And we're at the end of our video. If you guys like that, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Okay, Leo, thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want a free reading, a personal reading, comment down below a crystal ball, and then go to my email address. Give me your question. I'll answer it in video form. I'm doing free readings all month long until March 31st. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.